We are going, being 5:07 PM, we'll call the July 20th meeting of the West Bridgewater Water Commission to order. First item on the agenda is to review and approve the minutes.
I reviewed the minutes, and I would make a motion to accept the minutes of June 15th.
No, yeah, June 15th. You want to second that?
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's July 6th minutes. Right? Did I not change it?
No, he was referencing the last meeting
Oh.
in the text, not the,
Okay.
no, it was right. Always gonna make things confusing. Okay, warrants, abatements are being signed. Brings us to Tater and Howard for the update on the projects.
Yeah, so the first one is Manly. We're continuing to push them just to get these last couple punch list items and performance testing done. As you know, Wayne hasn't felt confident enough to be able to run the plant fully in auto. And so we've put the contractor on notice that we're not allowing their formal performance test to start until we feel that they're there. I think Thursday of last week, we sent them another updated list of these are the things that need to be done. We were told that they'd be done Monday through Wednesday of this week. So if come Wednesday we're not there, we will send another firmly worded correspondence to kind of keep the pressure on. And if it continues to be an issue, then we'll talk to you guys about, you know, if we want to start putting any teeth behind some of these things, if we feel like the message isn't getting through. Our position is that we do believe BISCO is trying their hardest to get this done and get out of there, and that they're having trouble getting some of the filed subs to kind of follow through on their part. But we'll keep you guys posted and advise accordingly. So I guess along with that, the first page here, you know, is kind of the funding update. Wayne, we sent you an email because you had said this is what I have.
Yeah, I got it.
So we showed you just the breakdown. That looks like the right number.
Yeah.
So we're on the same page there. But just, you know, this is updated through the most recent pay application and engineering. So nothing has really moved significantly. You know, our projected estimate to complete has been maintained. So, you know, we're showing, you know, about a balance of savings on the engineering, and we're showing that with the ARPA funds that we're not using the entirety of the loan amount. So just as a reminder, the SRF loan for this project is $3.96 million. But we're now projecting we'll only need $3.5 million of that loan. So that means nearly $500,000 under budget for the SRF portion. So that's loan principal that the community won't have to pay back, which will benefit the long-term rates for water users. In terms of change orders, nothing new. We don't foresee any additional change orders on this. So the balances here, we would consider to be, you know, the final balances you should expect to see.
I like that contingency fee. We've used none. SRF, or is that just about SRF funding?
Yeah, so that was, there was,
So we've got 186,000 left in there.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so that offsets,
Yep.
you know, the majority of
The change
the change orders,
yes.
which most of them were elective. You know, of the, you know, of those change orders, you may recall we added beneficial scope to the project. They weren't, you know, corrections. They were, you know, additions such as a bag filter, SCADA upgrades,
Yeah.
etc.
Those valves on the inside.
And the sand valves.
Yeah, the sand valves, which we always knew was going to
Yeah.
be addressed through change order.
And that's a vast majority of that amount right there anyway.
Yep.
Right.
So,
But you mentioned about how it hasn't gone through the test yet, but it is producing water, it is putting water into the system every day.
it is.
So
Yeah.
we are getting use out of the plant, it's just not, it's not done.
Right, so when I say the performance test, contractually, there are things we need them to show so we can sign off and let them off the hook. So, right now it is producing water, but what we want to do is run the plant in auto for an extended period of time so we can track the operational data to make sure we're getting the throughput we think we should see, that the differential pressure through the vessels is kind of maintaining where it should be, etc. So water quality, we have no concerns. The sampling, came back fine during our testing, so we know that it's producing, high quality water. The iron manganese performance is much better than it was before the project started. So, overall, we're seeing everything we need to see, but before we can let the contractor off the hook and say, you're done, here's your final check, get out of here, we do want to do a formal performance test. And we won't let them do that until we feel like Wayne has everything in place to have the confidence to run it on it. So that and some punch lists is what we're working through with them. The Sierra Norman, we also updated the budget for this one. So not much has kind of changed here. We talked a little bit about the emergent contaminants grant. That's kind of highlighted up here. So our project funding is coming from 3 different sources. One being the SRF loan, some of it being through the emergent contaminants grant, and then the remaining, which is going to be borrowed by the water department. And then just kind of a cost breakdown, the MIPA, which was our permitting phase, that's complete. Construction's in progress. So both the engineering CA, the engineering RPR, and the construction are in progress. So the estimate to complete is consistent with where we're projecting the cost to be from the beginning of the project. And then again, the contingency, so far we've used about $7,700 of it. And so we have a balance there to cover other costs, such as you bringing utilities in, and if there are any future change orders. No new PCOs, but we are formally approving change order 2, which is going to include PCOs 6 through 11. So I think the intent, Art, is to get that signed at our meeting tomorrow morning. But I didn't know if you wanted any discussion of that at tonight's meeting. The board has, approved all of those PCOs individually, but I don't know if you need a vote to approve and sign change order number 2.
Do either of you have an issue with our combining those and doing that as the single change order?
No.
Mark? Right, then, since we're all here, why don't you make a motion that I can sign it tomorrow at the meeting?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
So what's the actual vote?
Vote is to approve change order number 2 for the Sierra Norman treatment plant project. That's all it needs to say.
Okay.
I thought we voted on it last month.
We voted on the...
Oh, just for one signature? For you? No, I mean, not for change order, but...
That was a different thing.
Oh, okay.
So in terms of progress, we're still working towards our next major milestone. So on August 5th or 6th, we'll be doing our next major concrete pour. That's going to include the slab. So it's both the slab on grade as well as the elevated slab over the below grade tanks. So we have a lot going on in the next 2-3 weeks to make that happen. So our understanding is by the end of this week, the bottom mat of the rebar should be in place. Tate & Howard is going to be doing a preliminary inspection to make sure we pick up on the fact that it's being done correctly now. Because if we wait for them to do that, then do the conduit, then do the top mat, and we find something wrong with the bottom mat, it's going to cause delays. So we're going to do an intermediate inspection of the rebar, and then we're going to sign up on that. The electrical engineer has to come out and review the conduit. So they're looking at doing that the following week. the design engineer who designed the electrical will come out and do their conduit inspection. We also have the structural engineer coming out to do the second round of rebar inspection once the top map is put in. And then ultimately, we have a third-party rebar inspector coming out to sign off on the entire foundation as a whole. Then once all that's done, we'll have the concrete pour on or around August 5th, and we'll have third-party testing on site the day of. It's going to be a pretty big pour, looking at probably 22 trucks that day to do that with the pumper truck. It'll be a pretty big one. So we're going to have probably multiple people on site that day. This is going to be, I think, a good learning opportunity for some of our staff. Obviously, they'll, be building that to training, not to the project.
Unpaid.
Yes, exactly.
Well, don't take too long. Pour that cement so it doesn't stiffen up inside the tumbler.
So, I mean, if
videos are for.
anything, yeah, no, you're right.
You're a
So,
plumber, stay out of the concrete.
no, but that is what we ran into that first pour. If you recall, we did have to reject trucks because
Yeah.
they were sitting around too long. So I'm sure hard lessons were learned that day that hopefully we've learned from.
Did I hear a comment from someone to the right of you?
The tumbler.
And there'll be kind of a little bit of heads up for the building inspector for when those inspections need
Yeah,
to
so
be
that's
done
something
ahead
we'll
of
bring
time,
up
since that just came
tomorrow
up.
at the
Yeah.
meeting. We'll mention, if that came up, that they should continue to, I like the idea if the inspector doesn't pick up, the building inspector doesn't pick up the phone, that they can follow up with an email, copy you and I on it.
Yeah.
That way we know that the effort is being made.
Just remind them, James, about inspections for 248, that it's 48 hours to act on an inspection. They don't call in the morning if this doesn't happen the same day.
Yeah, good point.
It's Tuesdays and Thursdays for inspections.
Yeah.
Not to be called up on Thursday afternoon and expect an inspection on a Friday, which was what they got.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll mention that tomorrow and make sure that they're planning ahead. They've been pretty good, but there have been a couple times we've had to drop everything and go out.
Well, I told
So-
the plumber I'd work with them for inspections,
Yeah,
so not to delay,
yeah. we
anything else.
So yeah, there'll be a lot going on site the next couple of weeks, multiple trades. Because we also have all of our, pipe penetrations to the floor. So we'll be out there looking at anything, whether it's process piping or plumbing, conduit.
Make sure it's in the right place.
Yeah. So tomorrow morning, we have our monthly progress meeting here. And we'll walk over to the site after.
And we'll look at the place that still has the silt fence down and stuff.
If there is, then
There is, because I drove by it tonight before I
we can
came.
hammer that at the meeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Old checks.
I mean, that is another item we're going to mention, is that we're going to have to, we're going to need better coordination from them on the AIS certs too, so
Yeah.
that we're going to make it part of our pencil rec as opposed to part of the final rec, because I think we've said approved contingent of this paperwork. Whereas now we're going to say we will not approve this until this paperwork is in. Just so that we don't run into a situation where we prematurely send a package off to DEP when we haven't received it from Waterline. That way they have some skin in the game too. Because right now they still get paid, but then we're the ones scurrying to get reimbursed to DEP. So we'll mention that tomorrow as well. Any questions?
How are they doing? Are they still on where they thought they'd be for schedule, or are they falling
Yeah, I mean,
backwards?
plus or minus a couple days.
All right.
Yeah. I do think once this pour is done, I think we'll see them probably do a little better than their estimate. I would project, just because so much of what they want is already on site. But I think they'll have a little more direct control, whereas right now they're a little bit at the whim of the concrete company that they hired. And I mean, Marguerite's done a great job, but it's not Waterline staff. So
Yeah.
if Marguerite doesn't work on Fridays, then no work is happening on Fridays. Whereas once it's predominantly general contractor work happening, there's going to be workers 5 days a week.
When's the building coming?
So the building's here.
Been on for months.
Yeah. A lot of it is kind of back behind where the wells are. There's the vessels and a bunch of
Okay.
the building.
All right. I didn't notice them.
You can't see
You
them.
can't see
They're
them.
all
That's
back.
why.
It's all back there.
Yeah, you
though.
have to kind of walk out back.
There's a couple of $1 million worth of stuff.
Yeah, well, we've already paid
There's
almost
a lot
five.
of materials out there though, so,
Mhm.
yeah, they should be able to start throwing stuff up fairly quickly.
Right.
Actually, I think we have to talk about too, is there a AIS issue on the roof panels or something?
It was
for
just
that?
not, it's one of these things where instead of saying it the whole building, the AIS cert lists all the things, but didn't specifically say the roof panels. And so I think the rest of us reviewed it and could connect the dots, but DEP doesn't want to connect dots, they want it spelled out. So we just have, and the contractor already confirmed it includes the roof, but we need to get
Something
the
in
back
writing
up
that
for
says it,
DEP.
yeah.
Which
Okay.
means we're now going back to the manufacturer and they have.
So if we let them start putting that building up before those certs are in, we have something that says the certs are in. Because otherwise, the certs would be coming, because otherwise we're at risk of getting that building.
Yeah, I mean,
Fine.
I think that's what we will have to tell Waterline is if that shows up on
That-
payout
that-
and the AIS cert isn't in place, it's coming off payout.
We've already bought the building,
So we've paid for the
Yeah.
materials, but not the.
not the installation.
construction. Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay. Questions for James, unless you have something else you want
Nope.
to, Mark?
I have nothing.
Okay. Next meeting is first
August
Monday.
3rd, yeah,
August-
August 3rd.
August 3rd. What time's that meeting tomorrow morning? 8 o'clock,
Okay.
right? Is that 8 or 8:30 tomorrow?
I think it starts at 8.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'll plan to do 10 to the 3rd. It's the following week that I'm gone. So that's, okay. I guess if there's nothing else, I'll see
No,
you.
you are excused.
See you guys tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Thanks, James.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Well, that was painless.
Pretty much. That's done. Old business, anything on the meters and Styles Company?
No, they're waiting to take more meters. I haven't had time because the idea was to get Manly up and running.
Yep.
We need water.
But as long as it's running, it's putting stuff in, and
It's putting
the others
stuff
are
in.
getting a little bit of a rest.
I keep it running until about 9 or 10 at night.
You had it, all the remote stuff's been working well?
Yeah, that's the one good thing Ben did was getting that iPad. I mean, I can show you, I have the iPad right there.
And you have everything comes up on it, you can
Yeah.
turn it
Yeah,
on. turn it
actually,
off.
I manipulate their screen. So if they're doing something in there, I take over it.
How's the water usage been in town? Is it still high or?
It's better. I mean, I can see the dead lawns. Some people, you know, you got the people that don't care.
Yeah.
And you got the ones that got the message. Like,
Yep.
Okay. Next item goes over that potential merger and the superintendent's job description. I met with Phil last week, went over what they had for an initial proposal for the job descriptions and whatnot, so we could have something that we can actually go out potentially and advertise. He sent something back out this morning to the committee, which is me, David, and Jeff.
Yeah.
And we'll go over that hopefully, and I'm hoping for the next meeting, might not be till the meeting after, we'll be able to decide if they want to go forward with trying to have DPW director take over some of the superintendent positions, that we can then, we advertise for a different position if that's going to happen, more as an assistant super.
Yeah.
And doing most of the day-to-day stuff as opposed to the planning and the management stuff. But And hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll have that, and we'll have it. Because it'd be nice to get whatever we have to hire for this, so if they decide they don't want to go forward with that, then we have to go for a full superintendent's position. And we want to get the advertising started as soon as we can.
Yep.
And Wayne, you're free to reapply if you want.
Not a chance. I'm making my escape and getting my life back.
You won't know what to do with it. It's been so long since you had
I'll know
had
what
one.
to do.
All right, that completes tonight's agenda. John, do you have anything you want to bring up tonight?
Nope. Nope. Negative.
Mark,
I have nothing.
you have nothing?
Nothing.
Next meeting.
Next
Monday,
meeting, you
August
just
3rd.
said is August 3rd, right?
Mhm.
Which is
2 weeks from tonight.
First Monday.
Monday, August 3rd.
Move your thumb to the left.
I am. I'm staring at it. Thank you.
Wayne, anything you want to bring up tonight?
No.
You're good?
Yep.
Our last meeting was June 15th.
No, July 6th.
July, wait. You're looking at the wrong thing.
That's right, okay. Disregard. I'm good.
You need to fix your file.
I had a camera still on, so I gotta watch my commentary.
Yes, you do. All right, would you like to,
I'm gonna make a motion.
gonna make?
I'm gonna make them, I just, how old habits die hard. I'll make the motion to adjourn at 5:28.
second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
None. Whoa.
Just in time.